Yeah, there's no way I can crop this, at least that I know of. But for the next issue, I'll try to do better. But right now, this is the magazine that I've been working on. This is the cover. And I've actually used Flipbook PDF. So this is a website that you can use to, if you have like PDF files, it will transform those PDF files into a flipbook, like so. And yeah, I'm really proud of the cover. The next expansion is here. Arena announces GW2 or Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure coming the 22nd of August. And I really like the cover, the logo there, Secrets of the Obscure. I love this logo with the Wizard's Tower. Some folks are speculating that this might not be the Wizard's Tower. I watched, I bet some of you have watched as well. If you're watching my content, I bet you watch Wooden Potatoes as well. And I watched yesterday one of his videos talking about the website and the entire promotion of this next expansion. And it was actually saying that some of the community think that that's not the Wizard's Tower. I think it is. I think it is. I think it's a rework on it, but we'll see a little bit more about it. So the Wizard's Tower falters. This is the first part. So I'm just gonna read you guys through it. If you have any questions or you want me to stop, just let me know. You have the link there. Feel free to check the magazine at your own pace if you wish so. There's the link in the chat. So the Wizard's Tower falters. If you're a fan of Guild Wars 2, you know these past few days have been absolutely insane. As Arena announced, the next chapter for its MMORPG, Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure is the official title for the next expansion that is to be released the 22nd of August this year. The cryptic trailer shows us the Wizard's Tower being teleported away to a new location, leaving Garenhof unprotected for those unfamiliar with a little... Sorry, I just skipped an entire comma there. But leaving Garenhof unprotected. For those unfamiliar with the little that is known about the Wizard's Tower, I highly recommend checking out a video made by Wooden Potatoes. And this video is actually pretty good because it tackles the mystery of the Wizard's Tower to its full extent that we know currently. Well, there's the new patch as the Wizard's Tower has just vanished into thin air. But before that, everything that we know about the Wizard's Tower is on Wooden Potatoes video. The Wizard's Tower Mysteries, I think that's what it's called. Go check that out, that is really, really good. This new expansion will feature 2 new maps at launch, with a 3rd one in a future release, and also includes the following quarterly patches for free to any who purchases GW2 SOTO, as a contrast to the old model of Living World where only the active players would get the content for free. So I think this is a big distinction, and I think this is actually a big selling point for this expansion. Previous expansions, yeah, you would get like attachment with the Living World. If you bought Path of Fire, then you would get Season 4 as you would play along. But if you missed any of the episodes, if you stopped playing for like 3 months, you would miss an episode. And that actually happened to me with the 4th episode of Living World Season 4. And I just had to change gold for gems to get it. Yeah. But now that's not gonna happen anymore, and you guys can just get the expansion and you'll be able to play through the entirety of the content until the next expansion without putting a single penny into the game. Unless you want to go for gems or anything like that. But that's another case. Now, another big feature for this expansion is the Skyscale for everyone. This is such a big issue right now amongst the community. I feel like this needs to be tackled, right? We need to talk about this. So my opinion on this, as a guy who has the Skyscale for about 4 years now, I think? 3 years? Wait, 2023? Yeah, 2020? Yeah, 3 years now? God damn, the time is passing by really fast. But yeah, I've been having the Skyscale for 3 years and I don't mind it at all that other players get the Skyscale. Shortwing has just got the Skyscale very recently, and he's mad as fuck that the new players are gonna get it much easier. But I think Arena and another content creators really do share this vision, and I can see it why. I can see the whys behind this decision. You can look at the competition, because when we look at a product, some of the decisions that are made with a live service game like Guild Wars 2, they are made with competition in mind. And Guild Wars 2 has always been a game that has its competition in mind. from being one of the best, if not the best MMORPG in terms of quality of life. It simply works like that because it tries to see what other MMOs do wrong in terms of quality of life, and Guild Wars offers so much and so better in terms of that. That is astonishing, and it does that by watching the other games. And right now, one of its biggest competitors, World of Warcraft, just gave literally a sky scale, a copy paste of a sky scale from Guild Wars 2 into WoW, and it gave it for free with a new expansion, and it worked perfectly. Everyone in the WoW community is loving the sky scale mechanics, and yeah, whatever, you can call it dragon flying. I call it sky scale flying. It is what it is, guys. The sky scales came first. So I do, and I really mean this, I do think that Arena made the right choice by allowing new players and this new wave of players to just come into the game, which I think it's really good. Somebody just raised me up, which is nice. Thank you. We love to see that. But yeah, so sky scale for everyone. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, features to Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure has to be the new streamlined acquisition path for the sky scale. One of the most iconic mounts to Guild Wars 2 catalog, and also the most convenient to traverse around the world of Tyria. Let's not make jokes about this. Let's just be simple and plain. Having sky scale is OP as fuck. Currently, players need to have the entire LS4, Living World Season 4, to even be able to start the harsh grind to obtain their own dragon mount. But no more! With GW2 SOTO, any player with access to this expansion will unlock a new mastery for the sky scale, and players who already own the sky scale will be able to improve the mount's capabilities. This is huge, man. Like, if you already own the sky scale, you'll get new abilities besides the ones that everyone's getting. Like, your abilities will be more powerful, the abilities of your sky scale will be more powerful than the other sky scales that people just got with this expansion. So yeah, your sky scale is getting stronger. You're not just giving sky scales away to everyone. The people that already have a sky scale will enjoy it even more, which is big. I'm being attacked again. Maybe this is not the best of places to stand because of the ogres. I forgot about these guys over here. But we can just go down there. Let's just, yeah, finish that guy. And we'll just glide to the Vista right here. This Vista is really cool as well. I really enjoy this Vista. And this might actually be the best spot to watch the Wizard's Tower. There we go. So, moving on, the Skyscale and Griffin are getting updated to be able to use wind drafts and ley lines to boost their endurance, which I'm actually very curious to see how they're going to implement this. If it's going to be a special action key that you use whilst you're near a wind draft and the ley line, or if it's automatic like the glider. Because if it's automatic, some of the things with the Griffin are going to get a little bit fizzly. Especially in maps of Heart of Thorns where you have a lot of wind drafts and ley lines. So yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Speaking of limitations, one of the only limitations to the Skyscale in comparison to the other mounts available is combat. With the release of the EOD expansion, we saw the addition of the Siege Turtle, allowing players to combat whilst mounted. Now that is also coming to the Skyscale, making it the ultimate convenience once again. So now you can fight on your Skyscale and mount whilst in combat. So this is the first mount to actually do this. Oh shit, I forgot to turn off my Hollow Forge, I think that's called, or Photon Forge. And that's why I was taking damage there, but it's all fine, all good. But yeah, this is gonna be huge. Your Skyscale is gonna be able to shoot fireballs. Your Skyscale will be able to be called whilst you're fighting another, like you're fighting a boss and you're falling really low. Maybe you just want to get out and leave. Like you want to run away like a little pussy. You can do that now. You can just mount your Skyscale and fly away, like the true chicken that some of you are. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's move on to the next one. Tyria's new threats are out of this world. And this is one of the best pictures I've put into the magazine, in my opinion. Look at that. If that's an enemy that you're not really into fighting, look, I'm so excited to fight this. And I don't even know if this is gonna be like a boss or something, if this is just a normal mob. This looks amazing, man. This is it monster design or is it creature design? I think it's creature design, but the creature design on this is top notch. I love it. With the end of the Elder Dragon threat, Oreen decides to hibernate as her forefathers did before Guild Wars Eye of the North, 250 years before the start of Guild Wars 2. It may seem a small thing for most, but ArenaNet was on this plotline for over 2 decades. Not like 2 decades, I think I actually misspoke here. I think I wanted to say 1 decade, because Guild Wars 1 came out 2005, then 2009 was the Eye of the North, so it's 1 decade. Yeah, almost 15 years, that's what I meant. But yeah, so obviously this starts a lot of questions in the community, questions that have been teasingly answered with the Guild Wars 2 SOTO announcement. Now, from the official website, they tell us about demons from the mists that are trying to overtake Tyria. These new foes are called Cryptis, and they look like something out of a horror movie. I'd wish to do a theory video on this. I don't know about it. I don't know if I can make an entire video just about this. But I would really love just to see these guys turn into the actual Menzies shadow. How were they called? Shadow clones? Or Shadow Warriors? I think it's Shadow Warriors. So Menzies, the brother of Balthazar, in case you don't know. Balthazar has a brother, half a god, that lives in the Fissure of Woe, Balthazar's domain. And Menzies is actually a pretty high contender. Look, I'm not as expert on this as some of the other content creators in terms of lore, but I know a little bit of my shit. And if everything is pointing towards Menzies, I actually bet it is Menzies. Unless ArenaNet are trying to do a rug pull on us, but it is a pretty high, a pretty tricky rug pull, because everything points towards Menzies, from the beheaded creature that we see at the end of the trailer, to the abominations that are spawning out of these rifts that have an orange tint to it. Even the fucking front cover of the expansion, that art that everyone, and I have that art as my wallpaper on my desktop actually. But the art with Zoja, the character on the middle with the relic, and then the four-armed creature doing magic in front of a portal. That portal looks a lot like something coming from the Fissure of Woe. So I do really think that this might be Menzies. I'm pretty sure it is. But let me know, guys, what you guys think, and what's your most compelling theories on this. Yeah, I'm quite excited to see how do they put these creatures into the game and their animations and stuff. So, but if we have new enemies, we need new combat features, right? And the ArenaNet promised and teased this. Grouch himself teased us that build crafters would be busy. So let's talk about this. With new enemies comes new combat features, and to much disappointment of some, there are no new elite specializations. This is one of the biggest points of this expansion as well. No new elite specializations. We can get into an entire stream just about that, the choice of not doing new elite specs for now, and I actually did. I talked with Shortwing about what would the no new elite specs decision would imply for Guild Wars 2, and we did a whole stream on it, just tackling what would the solutions be. And it seems like we actually nailed the we nailed it. We actually figured it out what ArenaNet was making. So the mystery was in the air, and after tons of speculation, we now know the answer. Every existing elite specialization will be independent to its weapon. So you now don't need to be you don't need to be a druid on a ranger to use a staff. You can be a soul beast and still use the staff. That's how it's gonna work. Yeah, and that will work for every weapon of every elite spec inside your class. This increases the amount of viable builds per elite spec, obviously, and also allows for more variety of gameplay inside the same spec, which is quite interesting. Think about this. You can use 2 different weapons of 2 other elite specs on the same spec, so you're actually almost wielding 3 elite specs. So, just to give you a taste, you can be a harbinger with a great sword and then a pistol and a torch from the scourge. So you'd have the great sword from the reaper, the torch from the scourge, and you'd be a harbinger with a pistol as well. You can do tons and tons of combinations now. It's gonna be actually insane. But that's not all. Actually, I would my guess at the beginning was that they would do one of these things. I would never bet that they would go for both at the same time, but I think like not having elite specs really puts some pressure on them for this spec. Also, it's a smaller expansion. There's some dubious thoughts around, so I think they've made the right decision, and it surprised me for the good here. So, what was a surprise? Every class is gonna get a new weapon. And that weapon will be wieldable by every single elite spec of that class. Because now every class, every elite spec is not attached to a weapon. And this is actually insane. So what weapons are we gonna see? These weapons actually are gonna come on a future update to the one of the future quarterly updates for the expansion, for the Secrets of the Obscure. But here they are, the new weapons. Warriors will get a staff, finally. Oh wow, I can actually zoom that out. Zoom that in. That's good. I like that. Can I actually go down? Oh no, I can. Okay, I see what's going. It's fine. Don't worry. What was I? Yeah, Warriors are gonna get a staff, Guardians are gonna get a pistol, the Revenants are gonna get a scepter for the main hand, Engineers are gonna get a short bow. Oh my god. I can think of another weapon for the Engineers, and this is just a small suggestion. Hello, small suggestion over here. Give us fucking swords on the offhand. For the Hollow-Smith, like it's crazy. Double sword on the Hollow-Smith? Come on! It's a missed opportunity! Rangers are gonna get mace. For some fucking reason, they're still not gonna get rifle. For some reason. Thief is gonna get axe for the main hand only. I don't know. Thieves with AoE that are with high chance of crit. I don't think I like it. We'll see how that goes. Elementalists are getting a pistol, and this is quite a funny one. Even Mighty Teapot has been joking about it a lot. But I think it's gonna be quite overpowered. Is Elementalist getting a pistol on the main hand? And if you guys are not convinced, okay, just think about other light armor classes. So the Mesmer and the Necromancer with a pistol. Both the Mesmer and the Necromancer are really strong with a pistol in its main hand. And I think it's gonna happen the same thing for the Elementalist. Imagine a Weaver with a pistol and a dagger. That's gonna sound scary as fuck, let me tell you. And if they anytime release a pistol on offhand, if you have a sword on your main hand and a pistol on your half hand, we are fucking doomed. Okay, guys? Elementalist is so broken right now in PvP game modes that it's annoying, and they only have a scepter. And I'm talking about the Catalyst Fresh Air build. It's so annoying. But yeah, and this picture right here, we can see a Mechanist using the Scrapper weapon, the hammer. So that's actually a good combo there. I'm also really excited to see that one play out. So, giving the new players new weapons to play is great, but doesn't stop there. There is more, guys. And runes and relics. So, runes are getting reworked. This is big. This is actually one of the biggest things that they could have done as well. Runes have this weird interaction among them where they're used for expanding your build craft options, right? So you can make a build or even increasing those aspects of your build. Like, I'll give you an example. If you use Rune of the Fireworks on your Vindicators, you're gonna get a lot of value for your runes, because the runes will give you more vigor. You have lots of endurance regeneration when you have vigor, and if you use lots of your dodges on the Vindicator, it does a lot of stuff because it's Vindicator. I'm not gonna get into the entire rotation here, but yeah, you know what I mean. And that's just one example. But there's tons of useless runes in Guild Wars 2, and useless not because of the bonus that they give or the stats that they give, but the mix of both, they become very, very dull. Um, I actually can't think of any of those because they are not renowned, and I haven't studied any. I haven't prepared any of this, but there are quite a few useless runes on Guild Wars 2, and more often than not, you'll see that a lot of builds use the same runes because they do work, and you want those bonus from the sixth trait of each rune. So it's a weird interaction. Their purpose is to expand and increase your build potential, but at the same time, if you don't use the right runes, you're limiting your options, and it's not fulfilling that niche of build crafting. And Renette has solved it. In my opinion, this is fucking amazing, and I can't wait to try it. I'm actually excited for this, more than the sky scale stuff, to be honest with you guys. But runes. Currently, they have some issues. We've talked about this. So, with Guild Wars 2 SOTO, runes will no longer give the bonus enhancement. Each rune will give you a single stat, reaching to a total of 6. So, you're still gonna have 6 traits on each rune, but this last bonus here, on Rune of War, where it says 10% of incoming condition duration plus 10% maximum health, or minus 10% incoming condition duration, that's the bonus right there. That bonus is gonna get removed and swapped by stats to fulfill the rune, yeah? So the 6 slot on each rune is gonna get a stat instead of the bonus. But what's gonna happen to the bonus? The bonus is gonna go into a different slot. A specific slot called relics. And relics will be separate from runes, and you will only be able to equip one relic at a time. At least this is the impression that I have, is that you'll have a specific relic, so it's gonna be a new item entirely. This will make build crafting exponentially easier and more satisfying, because now you can pick the bonus for your runes, and you can pick the status depending on the rune that you want. So, imagine, if you want to go with Rune of War over here, perhaps you don't want your 10% maximum health. You like if this is for World vs. Worlds at least, you like the incoming condition duration reducing, but you don't like the maximum health. Okay, and you like the condition damage increase on the other stats. So now what you can have is this 10% maximum health. Perhaps you can trade it for another increase on condition damage with another bonus. Maybe something that will... maybe you can put the bonus of the runes of Balthazar, which increases your fire damage for, I think, 10%. So you're gonna have a little bit of power creep in the game, or I say a little bit, maybe it's a bit more concerning than that. You're gonna have power creep into the game with this, but it's gonna be so much more satisfying to interact with this system than it currently is. And currently is already fun. So yeah, I think this is a big step up from what we have currently. Runes rework and relics, this is gonna be a big feature inside the new expansion. But it doesn't stop there, guys. This is big. I told you this is gonna be big. This expansion is gonna be insane. If you guys can't believe me, think about every expansion that Guild Wars 2 has released so far, and they've nailed every single one of them. Yes, they are not perfect, each expansion, but each expansion has actually improved the game like a lot. It's a step up from expansion to expansion. It's a big step up, and now we're gonna have big step ups constantly and frequently, which is gonna be big. And this is the first one. Look at this. Wizard's Vault, the solution to rewards. If there's a feature that I wouldn't replace on this expansion, and I totally want, and you can take everything else away, but you have to give me one, it's the Wizard's Vault. Guys, although I do like a lot weapon master training and everything, I am very excited about that, but the Wizard's Vault, I think this is gonna be game change. I think this is gonna flip the game inside out. Guild Wars 2 is horrible, and if you've been playing the game for just a week, if you've played the game for a week, you know, Guild Wars 2 is horrible to give a goal for the players to work towards. Usually you have legendaries. That's your typical goal. You go for your legendaries, you craft your legendaries, you grind them out for years, and then you become a full legendary if that's your goal. But what if you're a full legendary? Or if you don't care about legendaries at all and the ascended weapons and armor just fits you fine and you're not concerned about it? Well, now it gets pretty harsh because the world is yours for the taking and you can farm whatever you want anytime you want. You have no real sense of direction, the game doesn't push you to do any type of content, the dailies in the game are almost meaningless, giving you 2 gold, which is good for new players but meaningless for players that can do 2 gold in fucking 2 minutes. So I do think that right now one of the biggest issues with Guild Wars 2 is rewards and giving a sense that you're working towards a goal except legendaries. Legendaries are great for that and are truly amazing. And we still have some legendary talk to have inside this magazine and about the expansion. But this is actually huge. This might be the most game changing feature that we're gonna get. So let's dive into it. It's gonna be a battle pass of some sort. So it's a reward system that will be released with the expansion right away on the 22nd of August and will allow players to earn mount skins, weapons, armor, and much more, as well as gem store items. And I can't imagine what they're gonna... If they put gem store items in there, they can put anything in there. They can give you upgrade extractors, they can give you infusions, they can give you... And I'm not saying that they will give you an infusion to sell, but they can probably give you an account bound infusion to work towards, which might be really big, guys. This is the potential for this system is through the roof. It's a typical battle pass, so new rewards will be coming to the vault as a regular basis, and old rewards will stay always available, so you don't have that FOMO, that fear of missing out on the rewards for that time. There is no price attached to the vault, so you will get vault progression only and simply by playing the game, which I love. There's no gems attached to it. You're not like paying gems to get it. You're not paying even gold to get into the vault. This is gonna be amazing, guys. This is gonna be insane. It's a big step in the right direction for rewards in Guild Wars 2, and I can't wait to get inside this thing. Okay, we're almost done, but we're still not done. Open world legendary armor. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Guys, if this isn't big, I don't know what might be. Sorry, guys. We need to talk about this, right? Legendary armor for open world PvE. What else do you want? If you thought that the expansion couldn't get better, here it is. What else do you want? What else do you want to start playing the best MMO that there is right now? So, this, for those of you that don't know what legendary means in Guild Wars 2, legendary means once you have a legendary item, you will never need to work or gear of the same item. So that item will have every type of stats, the stat combination that you want, and you can change whenever you want those stats. As well as the skins, you're not paying transmutation charges, which is the currency to change the skin of a certain item, so you change the appearance of an item. It's like transmog in World of Warcraft. You're not gonna pay that currency if the item is legendary, so you're free to change the appearance at your own will, you're free to change the stats at your own will, and it's the best stats in slot, always. It's gonna be free for you to put any sigils and remove the sigils without any extractors. The same works for infusions. Legendary items are big. If you have a full legendary armor set, your character with that. I forgot about this. Now with the legendary armory that they've implemented just before End of Dragons or during End of, no, before End of Dragons, with the legendary armory, you no longer need to build a new legendary for each character or reassign the same item through the bank and change it between characters. No, the legendary armory is account wide, so all your characters have access to all your legendary items at the same time. So if you do need like a light armor set for if you have a light armor set of legendary, your Mesmer, your Elementalist, and your Necromancer don't need another armor set for the rest of their fucking lifetimes. So yeah, that's legendary armor. So this is pretty exciting, this is pretty hyped, because legendary armor up until so far is only available through raiding, which is quite niche and very hard to get into because of getting into groups is not as easy as it is on some other MMOs like Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft. Guild Wars 2 is not very great at incentivizing players to create groups. There's no real incentive for someone to just open a tag and go to the LFG. It's gotta be the person itself to feel that incentive. And the game doesn't do that for us at all. So that puts a little bit of a barrier to work towards that legendary set. You have World vs. World, but you need a level 500 of experience on World vs. World, which can be quite annoying to get. I'm still working on mine. And you can get it through PvP, which you need a level 100 to start working on it. To be precise, you don't need to be good on World vs. World or PvP to get those legendary armor sets. You just need to play it a lot. The same thing, you can say the same thing for raids though. You really need to be good at the game or someone to carry you and you need to play them. That's out of the TOS, I think. I'm not sure about that, but on my point of view, I think it is. Last but not least, we have the pricing, and I really want to talk about this because I think ArenaNet dropped the ball here, and I think this is the only place where they did drop the ball. I'm not very happy with the price. Although I'm very, very excited, and let me tell you something. And I don't think I should say this out loud because I don't want ArenaNet to listen to this very often because they might do it someday. So we need to be careful when we say this. But with the amount of stuff that they've announced about the expansion, even if the core price, the standard price was 50 euros, I would play it and I would get it because I'm a core fan of Guild Wars 2. I'm already attached to the game. If I'm a new player and I don't know this game, and all the features that I see about this expansion are for players that have been playing the game for quite a while, the only thing that I see here for a new player might be... might actually be the sky scale. That's like the most enticing thing for a new player, I think. Yeah, the Wizard's Vault is quite good as well, and the legendary armor is really good, but most of the new players won't understand what that means, so... But yeah, and getting into a game that asks you $25 for 3 maps, and 2 encounters with a fractal, a dungeon, oh man. That might not sound great. If it was $5 less, or €5 less, whatever, I think it would be a little bit different. And I think that most people wouldn't feel... like they right now on the community, I can see some discontent about the pricing because it's very close to the other expansions. The pricing, it's very, very close, and since we're gonna be paying this price more oftenly, I think it could drop just a little bit. But hey, let me be absolutely clear here. even if it was 50 euros or $50, whatever, I would fucking play it. Because I'm already attached to it, and and unless they fucking pull another Dragon Storm on me, I think I can't handle another Dragon Storm, to be honest. But unless they do that, yeah, I'll be playing this game the fuck out of it, you know. But yeah, for the standard issue, you do have just the standard expansion. You're gonna get a level 80 booster and a shared inventory slot, because the level 80 booster needs that inventory slot, so it's a good bonus there. But I actually got the deluxe, and this gives you I will show it off in a second, but this gives you a raptor, it gives you a hat, a fancy, very fancy hat, and I quite enjoy the hat, and a special emote as well. And I think that's it, right? I don't think. Yeah, the level 80 booster as well. Oh, a character slot as well. Yeah, and the identity repair kit. So yeah, there's some folks that go a step beyond, because at $70.99, so at $80, you get extra 4,000 gems. So that's a 50% discount on gems, on those 4,000 gems. You're just like paying for 2,000 of them. Yeah, it's good, but it's gems, I can farm them in game. I don't fucking mind. Yeah, and the back piece of it, the back cover of the entirety of it, is that we are recruiting the team that worked on this. So I did the writing and the editing, so I did put everything this together, but this wasn't like the first time I've put things together and they just stayed like this. I have two confidants, two gamers that actually take a look at this before I release it, and they give me their thoughts and opinions, and even some adjustments on it. But if you do want to help me to write some of this stuff, because I do want to release this every month at least, yeah, feel free to join. I would be really happy to have more people on board with this. Also, I want to start having, I don't know if some of you guys saw my first interaction of some of this type of content, but I've also, on the first issue of this, I added some in-game screenshots, and I actually want to have some of that as well. So if you guys are really good at taking screenshots in game, or are really good at making art, and you want it to be on the next issue, just email it and at the aethercommunity@gmail.com, and yeah, I'll be more than happy to have it on the magazine with all the references to the creators of it and everything. But yeah, let's try to build something for our community as with this form of content, because I do think that Guild Wars 2 could use a little bit. Like, I imagine, I'm unemployed, so it doesn't really matter to me, I just watch a video, but I imagine some folks that are working, and I just want to read something through their lunch break or something, and this could be something for them to read once every month. Like, I would really like to push this to once every week once we had more people working on it. But hey, well, let's baby steps, right? We will get there all in due time. But yeah, this is it. The Guild Wars 2 magazine, and this was the deep dive on it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.